I'm down for it. Either way. These motherfuckers know what time the podcast starts.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello,
to-
podcast. It's both of us, the talent. That's it. Nothing else. No names. Nothing. Not even the podcast. It doesn't get a name. Welcome back to podcast, a default podcast, and two bros.
You can't tell Zach over here, he's currently pixelated, but it's fine.
It's funny that I'm pixelated because I'm not like it's not like I'm trying to output a massive amount of audio quality right now.
You see, it's on brand because we talk about gaming and you're pixelated. You look like one of those you look like one of those old games that people play on a CRTV.
I must be putting way too much. I must be putting way too much wonderfulness through this god-forsaken thing. Just can't handle all the power I'm giving it.
Do you want to shit on Bungie?
What, before Kazu gets here?
I mean, just to get it out of the way.
Just to get it out of the way. That's one of our main topics. You want to just piss on it and get it out of the way?
I was thinking of Ubisoft for some reason, not like Bungie. I heard Bungie and my brain went to Ubisoft. If it's about Bungie, I'm like all for it. Yeah. I was gonna say, we already know how bad Ubisoft is.
Ubisoft is attempting to wiggle their way and their ass out of any scenario right now that isn't currently the scenario that Bungie definitely is in. I thought it was bad. It's so much worse. Like, not like the stealing art thing, not any of the other shit. I don't care whose fault it was. But I just feel like I can look at this and go, man, this is so excited that I can see exactly how they are just going to shit all over the like people who are there trying to actually make a good game. It just feels like the higher ups are going to leave the moment that this just does anything else.
Your camera just quit altogether on me, by the way. Oh, there it goes. Oh, wow. Wow, it's crisp. Looking crisp over there. Holy shit. I don't know what happened, but you're fixed now.
That better?
Much better. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's right. I got god powers over here. I can slap things down.
Very nice.
I'm frustrated.
I think the Bungie shit is pretty stupid, though. I don't think I'm going to be supporting them anymore. Like, after the fourth time, I'm like, yeah, you know, I just can't. You guys have had way too many chances.
I think my problem is that everything that they, like, try to show that they're currently... Even if a bunch of the things that they weren't caught for weren't true, they've still done so much. Like... The art getting stolen, yeah, that's definitely bad. The fact that they blamed it on somebody who's not supposedly there anymore, but they've used that excuse before, terrible.
And not just that, but literally I believe it's the art director, or the game follows the artist on Twitter, as well as a couple of other employees. So it's like, dude.
Sending out the lead artist to get shot in front of the crowd is wild. They could have canceled the entirety of the thing and been like, hey, until this entire thing shakes out, we're just going to put any news about the game on hiatus. Because assuming that they have to replace over 50% of the stuff within the game art quality wise with new assets, like, that's not something that's feasible to release in like 3 to 6 months. I feel bad for the developers at Bungie because I feel like they get put through the ringer by execs who just don't actually know how to run a game company anymore.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I feel that exact same way too.
It's the same way it feels like they just grind through new developers at every AAA company to put out slop that nobody wants. Opposite end of this, instead of Marathon, what else did we get that was a preview? Arc Raiders, and everybody was ranting and raving about that.
Yeah, people were really liking Arc Raiders more than Marathon too.
Hootin' and hollering.
And when I first saw Marathon, I was like, this looks pretty cool. And then I was watching some gameplay that someone recorded. And in the game, they have like an aimbot that you just natively have. So you don't have to really like aim at people, it just does it for you. And I was like, this seems like cool for like maybe the first hour. But then you're just gonna like run into the issue of if everybody's aim is good, then nobody's is. It's gonna create situations where it's gonna be like literally whoever saw who first is just gonna win that firefight. Rather than like who has the better aim.
Yeah.
So I was like, this game isn't looking very good.
You shouldn't have to have a certain amount of tankiness in a shooter. I understand why people love the time to kill in Halo, but I still feel like the time to kill in Halo is a little too long as well.
People do love their bullet sponges.
Yeah. I don't. I like the right amount of kill length. Like when you're in a really good groove in the finals and you're killing people left and right, it doesn't feel like you're killing them instantaneously.
Yeah.
But it feels like you're definitely killing them in a controlled fashion that is expert levels.
As much as I like to shit on the finals, I will say I think they did a really good job with making people's health feel like you're not just wasting your time, yeah.
Yeah. Because I get that. I can understand why some lights would be frustrated. Nobody likes to get fucking deleted instantly by an RPG, but sometimes those motherfuckers fucking deserve it.
No, genuinely, yeah. Like, if they still
complacent in the crime.
If they still had the stun gun, the RPG should have 1000% been able to one-shot them.
They do have the stun gun again now.
Oh, they brought it back. Oh god.
But do you want to know what it does?
How'd they change it?
It turned you just off as an entity.
Wait, turns you off? Wait, what?
So you can't be hit by bullets, but you can't shoot anybody either.
Oh, okay, I really like that. Holy shit.
You just become a man who's not allowed to fight for a little bit.
That is gonna be really good for people that are trying to take the points.
Yes.
Or defending points, whichever.
Yeah, I think it's a really good change to Stun Gun. Honestly, if any game is constantly trying to thrive to at least to make itself better, at least the creators of the finals keep trying. God, every other game I see, the company's like, here's the next round of slop. The next video idea I've been playing with is is AAA even AAA anymore? Are we even getting what they are trying to make us pay for? And
absolutely not. In most cases.
Yeah. It's another conversation we'll have later about Borderlands being $80, though I don't blame Borderlands themselves. I don't blame Gearbox. I blame Take-Two and the entire industry for believing this wholehearted thing that you're going to make all of your money in one industry.
And also Randy Pitchford.
And it would be infinite. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're definitely trying to get like double growth with every single game they make, which is not feasible. Like you have to scale down eventually.
And I feel like that's something that's just been a honest thing that everybody's been seeing recently, at least in the industry, is that just it's really nice when somebody has a small team, they have great ideas, and they come together to make something beautiful. Hell, even having a moderately sized team of 400 people and putting out a coherent product is great. I don't want to hear that 2,000 people worked on this game and it sucks.
Yeah, me looking at Game Freak. Also,
me looking at COD.
Also, it makes me appreciate Larian a whole lot more, because they literally said, yeah, this will probably be the biggest game that we will have made, so don't expect more for our next game. We're probably gonna downsize.
Which is great, because I do agree. They need to rein it in a little bit.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Baldur's Gate was like a generational phenomenon.
It sucks that I feel, and welcome Kazu.
Welcome, Kazu.
Our next boy
Hello.
joined us. It sucks that I feel like there's no actual AAA budgets being invested in the right points of AAA games. Where's the money going? What are they spending it on? Why was Spider-Man 1 100 million and why was Spider-Man 2 200 million? All they added was another part of the island.
I don't think you're gonna like the answer. Do you want the answer?
Is it marketing? Are you gonna tell me marketing?
I mean, marketing might...
That is a big portion of it.
Yeah, marketing might be like a portion of it, but another thing is rich people investing in companies that will tell them they'll do something like crazy for them. For example, whenever a big company gets their logo redesigned, they'll pay like $1 billion to redesign their logo, and it's literally like, yeah, we moved these 5 pixels for you. And the CEOs will be like, this looks fucking amazing. It's shit like that, where they'll pay people who don't really do anything. It's still like a money laundering scheme, essentially. Or they tend to also move money to other companies that they own already, just to say that they spent a lot of money on it to get people hyped up. Yeah.
I see.
So, like, in actuality, if they're doing, like, a remake, and they already have everything ready for the remake, so all they have to do is, like, take it, plug everything into, like, a new engine, maybe have to fix a couple things, and they say, yeah, this cost us 500 million, and you're sitting there and you're looking at all of the work they had to do, you're like, this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for why it would have been 500 million. And then they'll be like, oh well, it's because it wasn't actually 500 million, we're just saying 500 million because it looks better. It makes you think that we invested more in the game than we actually did.
So,
and then that also justifies them saying something like, yeah, we're gonna raise the price because we spent so much money on it.
Hey, I got something to tell you.
Hello.
I don't care. This isn't a good game.
Wait, which game?
Any game. The moment they're trying to justify all the costs they put on any of those games, I will look at that CEO and be like, congratulations, it's a bad game. The biggest mistake, Jim Ryan has just lost that company so much money over the last little bit for Sony. I feel bad for Sony. They've canceled so much stuff recently. I don't know. It's just insane how the industry is boiling down to a lot of higher known names are just falling from grace a lot of the time now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy that instead of a USB like Randy over here, Kojimbo is leaving the real USB behind.
Did you call him USB Randy? Oh my god.
Did you know Randy Pitchford's the creator of the USB stick?
Don't.
Look up Randy Pitchford USB right now.
I am more than fine, I promise you.
Oh my god. Anyways, for anybody who doesn't know, there was a USB discovered by the wonderful Randy Pitchford that had some unsavory things on it, to say the least.
I don't think he discovered it. I think he bought the videos. Because he was like, yeah, I bought the videos because I wanted to learn how this woman was doing the magic trick with her...
Oh yeah, he was saying like he was an enthusiast of magic and stuff.
Yeah, he was like, this is a magician, not a porn star. And I was like, dude, what?
Listen, man, there are shows, burlesque shows. Sometimes you see some things.
God, dude.
But honestly, I'm excited for the new Borderlands. I know you're not necessarily jazzed about it with the $80 price tag.
Which isn't confirmed still.
It hasn't been confirmed whether it's actually going to be $80 or not.
No, it's out of
Yeah.
Randy Pitchford's hands. It's Take-Two that's gonna make that decision.
Ooh.
And
Honestly,
people said it
though,
might even be as low as $50 because the new Mafia is $50.
The
honestly
new
though,
Mafia is $50. Damn.
I kind of think Randy's kind of right with what he was saying, though.
What do you
he
mean by
definitely
that?
is.
What do you mean by that?
If people
If
really
you're
want,
a fan of a series, you will make it happen.
yeah, you'll
Oh,
make it happen. You'll spend the money for it. Yeah.
I mean, yes, but also no, because like you can be a fan of the series and be like, this is too much for me.
Yeah.
So it's like
I would
it's
say
like
yes.
it's
but
like
I
a
look at
straw.
Destiny 2 fans and
hey.
how they buy every expansion.
It's like a straw man
Hey.
argument. Like he's literally sitting there like, of course fans will buy it. Like, yeah, no
You-
fucking shit, Randy, but that doesn't change the fact it's $80.
You would have a point if I didn't know that people were also massively outspending their own costs of living everywhere else in the world as well. Like, I don't think it matters an $80 video game at this point.
I think that says something more about the
Global economy?
yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. That will shake out into a way different conversation
Because,
if
I
we start
mean,
talking about
when-
what's going on there.
when over 60% of American households are not making enough money to meet the quality of life required to live, then
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but keep telling me about how the president is going to keep giving you more money. We're not going to talk about this. We literally could go on this rant for way longer than we should be able to.
Mhm.
Stick to video games. We gotta swerve back to video games. Video games were a minor, or they were supposed to be a cheaper form of entertainment. So then I think we really have to bust down how much you actually feel a game is worth versus the hours you put into it. Because there are games that I've only played for 6 hours and felt I got the $60 worth out of it versus ones that I've spent 120 hours in.
I think that's really what it comes down to, is how much you actually want to put into said game. Because I've put a lot of time into games that a lot of people hate.
Me side-eyeing Dark Tide right now.
I am side-eyeing both Dark Tide and Helldivers. I put more time into those games and I fucking despised both.
It's even funnier because I think you have like maybe 30 hours in Dark Tide, which is more than most people would have put into it.
Yeah, I gave that game a fair chance, and it's a fucking dog shit game.
And then I'm
If
over here
I
with my
put-
fucking 500 hours.
If I put more than 6 hours into a game, it's not a loss in my eyes.
Exactly. That's why I can be fine with like Borderlands 4 being $80 versus Mario Kart being $80.
Dude,
I think-
it's the same assets. It's the same fucking game. I can't
It's like
stand
the same
it
game,
anymore.
but now you can drive on the map. Wow. What do you fucking do?
I-
One's at least a whole new game.
I think it is a completely different game though. I mean, they do reuse assets, but every company does that.
No, like the entirety of the
But
entirety
it's not
of
$80
the bottom.
worth of new game.
I need
mean-
you to know that the underlying thing besides the map itself is
If you
literally
try to
just
justify
Mario Karting.
Mario Kart being $80, Marcus,
no.
then you cannot talk
no,
about Borderlands 4.
No, that is not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying that neither of them should be $80. Especially not Mario Kart.
Hell, even Sony hasn't said anything about the $80 price hike because the last time they tried to up the price to $70, everybody shot them in the face about it.
The thing I'm
And
trying
nobody's doing that with Nintendo.
The thing I'm trying to say here is it's kind of weird to like look at Mario Kart and say this should not be $80, but then look at Borderlands, which has had the same formula since their first game, and then say this is worth $80.
Oh, no.
Because
You have not played Borderlands.
I have played Borderlands. I have the whole Handsome Jack collection. They have
Yeah,
the
but you haven't
same
played all the
gameplay
way through.
every
Hours.
single game.
Yeah, go
Let me look
check
at your
him.
hours.
Go fact check him on this while I complain about this.
Yeah, I
No, my
played it
problem is
with you
that-
guys.
No. We don't believe you completed the game with us though.
Oh my god. This
Anyways,
is
on
literally
a
the same
separate
thing as
note.
looking at Pokemon and saying every Pokemon game is the same when they are not. They implement completely different mechanics with every
So-
entry.
Okay.
Borderlands does the same
that
thing.
same process
Okay.
goes to Borderlands.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, hold on. Let's fundamentally do this, though. Looking at Pokemon games all the way back to the past, let's take all the mechanics across all the games and then see which ones come in from game to game and then leave immediately the next one. Like, all Pokemon games are the same fundamentally down to their bare bones.
Yeah, turn-based RPG.
What function have they actually added to Pokemon besides removing Pokemon?
More water.
I mean, they do keep a couple things between generations, but
we stopped it from being a large map to a city now. Isn't that great?
Well,
it's
that's
actually smaller.
That's a Legends. The Legends Arceus was the same. It was pretty small.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, like, Legends Arceus was supposed to be its own like spin-off game.
Yeah, like we're not counting Legends because Legends is like different breed, and it's also worked on by like.
They would keep the entire combat system of Legends in every new title.
Also true. I do like the ZA combat a little more than Arceus because it seems a little more fleshed out. But I don't think I'll be getting ZA, unfortunately. Mostly because I'm not gonna get a Switch 2. And also, by extension, if ZA is $80, I'm absolutely not getting it.
I already know it will be. Didn't you hear Doug Nintendo?
Yep.
If a game they feel is made with enough passion to be $80, it will be $80+.
Them handing me a fucking game that was literally made in a garbage disposal for $80.
Yeah, here's my problem, is my definition of a game I'm willing to pay $80, and their definition of a game I'm willing to pay $80 is way different.
See, I don't think I'd be mad if it wasn't Mario Kart that was $80. If it was the Donkey Kong game where it's actually all brand new, then yes, I'd be fine with the $80 tag.
Dude, if it was $80, but it was a $20 upgrade for people who owned, like, Mario Kart 8, I would be so much more sold on it.
Yeah, as far as I know, the only game they're doing that for right now is, I think, Pokemon Scarlet Violet. They're giving you a free upgrade to the Switch 2. Which means that they're probably going to piss people off.
Free for their community? That's crazy.
Yeah, that tells me that they're going to do something to piss people off later down the line.
Yeah, that definitely means you're going to piss somebody off.
My problem is Nintendo keeps getting away with implementing just like one or two more mechanics into their next game and saying, oh my god, it's a completely new game. Aren't you guys all happy with it?
Isn't that also Borderlands though? Because I mean, they have a different story, which Pokemon also has a different story, but every implementation they just either add or remove things from the previous formula.
No, what you're mistaking
Borderlands keeps all the mechanics in. They just expand on them. And all the stories are connected.
What you're missing is that slowly over time they just get bad story-wise.
Yeah.
And then Tiny Tina's came out, which was fantastic, and now we're back into good story territory, so it's going to be a great game.
I mean, we'll see about that one.
I have more
gameplay will be good, but I don't know about the story yet.
I have more hope that I'm going to enjoy Borderlands 4 in comparison to GTA 6.
That's a pretty bold claim. I'd guarantee once we all get GTA 6, we'll be playing it for years again.
Nah.
You say that, but then we look at our playtime of GTA 5.
All right, here, let me go look on my Steam account.
You know, there's this like argument I hear where people are like, oh, you spend a lot of time in the game, so obviously like you spending more money on it to spend that much time in the game is worth, right? But it's like Take-Two and Rockstar literally made like what, almost $1 billion from GTA 5. You know how long it would take for them to actually like go negative on how much money they made from it from just people playing the game constantly? It would take them like fucking 100 years. Maybe more than that. Like they physically made so much money from that. It doesn't matter how much fucking time you spend in the game.
The reason why
them getting an extra $10 per purchase to like spend that same amount of time you spent in previous games, it sounds so like fucking stupid to me. Because it's like you're gonna spend the same amount of time in it, but now you're spending $10 more per purchase. It just makes no sense.
I can't trust a company clenching that hard.
They're not even clenching.
They try to keep everything inside.
Clenching the consumer, probably. Zach's over here like, I'm trying to be their therapist right now. I need them to open up to me.
Any company I can like know is gonna make a good game, it's gonna be Rockstar.
I don't think. I don't know.
What was one game they've released that's been like an absolute flop?
The GTA.
And don't say the HD collection. They didn't do
thing.
that.
Oh, did they actually not?
Oh.
That was outsourced, yeah.
Oh, of course they outsourced it. Wait, but by extension, doesn't that mean that that's their fault anyway because they outsourced it?
Well,
because I mean,
that company's problem for outsourcing
GTA
in the first
Online.
place, sure.
Because I mean, people were shitting on Game Freak for outsourcing the Diamond Pearl remakes to a fucking mobile game company.
I mean, at the end of the day, Pokemon's just a mobile game. It's always been on a portable device.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like their first game that they've ever made.
The moment they went from 2D to 3D is the moment Pokemon messed up.
Can confirm because a lot of the old guys working at Game Freak only know like Game Boy and DS hardware, and also Pixel hardware. They have like no experience in 3D modeling.
Oh, I don't care about that. They should have taken all the dinosaurs out back and shot them long ago as well. I'm just saying that their biggest mistake was they can't design 3D worth anything. I feel like Pokemon would have just looked so much better if it had stayed 2D.
I agree. We'd have Octopath Traveler, but as Pokemon.
Yes.
You'd probably have every Pokemon in the game too.
Also true.
Yes. It would have been the same case as like the other Monster Hunter crew. They would have still been delivering Pokemon.
Actually, I wonder how different Game Freak would be if they kept 2D, because on one hand it was Game Freak's greed that made them take away Pokemon from the Nat decks. But on the other hand, it's like, if they stayed 2D, then it would have been completely different because they switched to 3D based solely off of greed as well. Because they wanted to appeal to more people.
I think everybody bought into the lie of graphics too hard.
I think so too.
Everybody wanted realer and realer games, and then we got to a point, and now it's just like, give me something that looks like a different age in gaming now. Whether it be from the NES or PS3 or whatever era, it doesn't matter to me. Just give me a good game. I might be simplifying it wildly.
Well, let me tell you, there's something.
This podcast is known for simplifying everything.
There's something simplified I'm looking at right now.
Right. So right. We were able to whittle down the MMO and RPG
into just fishing.
Into just fishing. You're an MMORPG. Listen, we already talked about it. Our Minecraft Realm world has become an MMORPG because we got fishing the other day.
You know that new Destiny mobile game's an MMO. Got fishing.
Oh no.
Wait, does Minecraft not have fishing in it natively?
It does, but
it
we
does.
now have the ability to level up fishing as well.
Oh, so you're saying it's even more of an MMO now?
It's more RPG MMO now.
I got you.
I was so, you know how tempted it is? So there was the RPG skills one that's currently in there, but then there was another RPG one that I was looking at, and I was just like, one adds classes and more things and other things, but this one adds just overall all of the skills natively in Minecraft. And that seems more RPG-like. And it was higher rated, so I ended up going with that one. But, speaking of good games, going back to good games, and the joke about the USB, Kojima is leaving a USB of game ideas. for his like team when he passes away. And what do you think is in there, Kazu? Because I feel like it's a bunch of very confusing sentences.
Well, for his own staff, they would understand how to break it down, so...
No, I know, but you know how Kojima speaks, and, like, his way of creating over the years. It would be something strange, like, the same way that he was joking about the idea of the longer you don't go through playing the game, the more your character forgets how to do things. It would just be whittled down into that, but, like, one very short sentence.
I imagine he's probably given, like, full paragraphs of how to execute each game. He's a very thorough individual.
He just casually hands them fucking 100 pages of pure plot.
And he probably did.
They're
Probably like a 1 terabyte USB full of plot.
They're just staring at it like, God fucking damn it.
There's probably multiple projects that are set up that they could just last for years, and then other ones that they could just like knock out as quick little ideas if they really needed to. But yeah, we'll get to see his next creation, Death Stranding 2 in June. So that'll be great. So, the Claire Obscure director is a pretty cool guy.
The who know? The who what?
The Claire Obscure Expedition 33 director is a pretty cool guy.
Every time I hear Claire Obscure, I, like, never equate it to Expedition 33.
Literally.
Because nobody calls it Claire Obscure. Even though that's like the actual name is Claire Obscure. Expedition 33 is just the name
using it the right way. Everybody
the team,
else is wrong.
because theoretically there could be
Claire Obscure is technically the first part of the series.
I know, but I'm talking about like, goddamn it. It
however,
sucks still.
until they make a Claire Obscure Expedition 60, and then Claire Obscure becomes the actual name.
Another expedition.
That's the wild thing. I wonder, because they could easily go back to one of the previous expeditions as like a storytelling point, but I also feel like they could spend more time in the world after whatever happens. I still haven't played it.
And for all we know, it's gonna be like Claire Obscure the Underminer.
No way.
I am the Underminer.
Isn't it funny that that movie like wasn't even about the Underminer? It was, he literally got defeated in like the first 10 minutes.
You know, I actually hate that about that movie.
Right?
Yeah.
Also, hype up was one villain for so long just to get rid of him instantly.
Right? Like what, 10 fucking years they were taken to make that movie or something, and then they release it and the Underminer's barely in it.
We would have had a way different approach of that if that movie had come out like a year later. We would have thought that was hilarious. The fact that 10 years passed, that's the real trouble.
If it wasn't like a 10-year wait, then yeah, I would have found that like hilarious.
Like he just shows up, then the next year we get to see what actually happens, and he immediately gets beaten, and we're like, oh fuck, that guy actually sucked.
Also, really funny thing, the Expedition 60 guys, it was literally a team of fucking like 59-year-olds or 60-year-olds who didn't have any magic. They literally were just so fucking buff that they walked through the fucking, what's it called? They walked through the Paintress's place. They were just like walking through barriers and shit, just fucking pure testosterone. And they almost beat the Paintress too.
In the end, they failed. That says a lot about them.
And I think, if I recall correctly, the only reason they failed was because they aged. Like, they literally only failed because they ran out of time. They grew 1 year older and they disappeared.
Damn. But as we said last time, the Expedition 33 crew was inspired by 3 games: Dark Souls, Devil May Cry, and Final Fantasy. There we go. What's funnier is, for anybody who doesn't know, the director actually has some old YouTube videos in which he is doing no-hit perfect runs on Devil May Cry, getting triple S style rankings all over the board.
Game director actually knows how to play a game. That's insane.
And that actually kind of speaks volumes to how Expedition 33 runs and why it plays the way it does. Finally, somebody who is just like, fuck it, we're gonna do it. Harry the world. That's all I need anybody to know.
Did you guys hear about the guy that either made or is making the Devil May Cry movie or whatever? Or maybe it's a series, I can't remember.
Was it the anime?
Oh, maybe it was the anime.
The one with Asmund Gold in it?
Yeah, it might be the anime, yeah. He was on a podcast with somebody and he was talking about how he was like shitting on DMC 5, or maybe it's a new DMC they're working on, because he wanted to be the one to make Devil May Cry popular with the anime or whatever he's working on, or maybe it was the movie. I'm gonna have to find the thing again. I was watching it, I was like,
it's the anime.
Yeah, I was watching it, I was like,
that's the only new thing Devil May Cry it's been out in a while.
And I'll have you know, compared to the games, that show, trash.
Yeah, I've heard people are like shitting on him right now because they're like, bro, you were trying to make one of the more popular franchises in gaming more popular with your shitty show. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I would have accepted so much from the show if it didn't try to force so much more upon me.
I would enjoy the show if it wasn't just clearly the director's vision on how he views the world.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find this.
The only good episode, I would argue, is like episode 6, where there's no dialogue at all.
Yeah, the only good episode is literally where the only reason it's ruined is because in the last 5 minutes, Lady speaks.
Oh, here it is. I found it.
Yeah. No, it's so funny to me because the creator, I just love that they always attempt to make a Devil May Cry without the Devil May Cry creator being there, and every single time they attempt to do anything with it, it's a terrible flop.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it is the anime. And he was upset that Devil May Cry 5 was coming out because he was working on it. And he said that he was upset because he thought that the franchise was dead and he was hoping to make it popular with his own work. And everybody's like, sir, do you know what Devil May Cry is? Like, what the fuck?
Do you want to know what everybody who actually loves Devil May Cry has been telling me about this series? Is that they're happy Devil May Cry 5 came out recently, so they actually have a good taste of Devil May Cry in their mouth.
Damn.
Yeah, that's about right. I have not seen a single Devil May Cry fan speak anything good about that show.
Watching through it, there are just several things that just irk me the wrong way. They try to explain everything demon-related away with, like, some scientifical thing.
The only time I've seen a... Well, I mean, there's a couple times I've seen game adaptations be good, like Sonic movie. But, like, the one that strikes me the most, where it's been rewritten, is probably The Last of Us, because people loved The Last of Us show, even though it was kind of like a rewrite. Or they rewrote, like, some important elements of the game.
I mean, to be
fair, like how the zombies work.
Still complaining about Season 2 right now, though.
That's because Season 2 cuts out a lot of the good shit from the actual second game.
Damn.
And the first season cuts out a lot of, like, important bits from the game as well.
Wait, how are you gonna cut...
I could tell people... that are praising it right now are like people that have not played the games.
How are you going to cut the good stuff out of the second game when that game was already controversial for either being really good or really bad? If anything, that just makes it even more bad.
Because their favorite character dies and the ending pretty much.
I will admit, the ending was pretty bad. I didn't play the game, but I watched Ethan get to the ending, and I was like, that ending was not very good. They should have structured it differently.
The ending would make more sense if you didn't have to kill like 300 people to get there, basically.
Yeah, and not only that, they should have let you play as Abby. Is her name Abby?
You do play as Abby.
No, they should have made you play as her.
We should have been able
earlier.
to kill Joel. We should have been able to blast him. We should have been able to we should have been able to down Joel ourselves.
Yeah, like if we played as Abby leading up to the events where she killed Joel, and then started as and then started off like from there as how am I blanking on her name now? Damn it, the other girl, main girl, Joel's daughter, essentially. Why can't I forget?
Technically, you do play as Abby before you kill Joel. You just don't do the actual part where you kill Joel.
Yeah, but it would have been so much.
It's the waste of opportunity to actually just be the one to bam.
Yeah, because like I think that their messaging would have worked a lot better if they got you to care about Abby prior to the events that unfolded. Like if you'd spend or not a majority, but like a good bit of the game as her, and they made it to where you like really felt for Abby and had you invested in her character. I think that the beginning of the game where she kills Joel and then the ending of the game where her and what's her name like just kind of part ways would have gone off way better with people.
I would say yes, but you do play as Abby for at least like 45% of that game.
Yeah, but it's never like... It's like after the events of killing Joel, though, which I think is the main issue.
You do it before, after, and then like a little bit before the actual ending.
Yeah, but they never like get you to really care about her, because after the thing that with Joel happens, you're kind of just like, fuck this character. And then you're like, I don't want to play as her anymore. Like, she killed one of my favorite characters, whereas they could have structured it differently, and then when that event comes up, you'd be like, oh, fuck. That really sucks. I don't know whether I should be mad or like sad or both or like what I should feel.
I think if they did the first game better, then the second game would have been better. Because they only make Abby a main character because you kill a doctor in the first game who ends up being her father.
The cycle continues.
They give you no information on this doctor or anything. So you're not supposed to give a single fuck about the doctor, so why would you care about Abby in the first place?
It's even funnier because Joel killed like 100 people leaving that fucking facility.
Yeah.
It'd be way different if they were like being chased and hunted down and he'd actually... I feel that's my main complaint about just overall. Like, I appreciate the way they did the story and everything for Last of Us too. I think everything that they did with it was just fine and everything. I just would have preferred a different story.
I think that's the main consensus everyone has.
Yeah. Just pick up the book. I would have preferred it to start from the same location, but gone in a different way. And that's fine. It's fine. I still enjoy what it is, what they created. It's still emotionally, it's a great story. Like, I'm not going to complain about it.
Should have taken it the, what's that game called? Oh my god, it's by that studio. They make a bunch of games where it's Telltale. It's a Telltale game.
We haven't had a good Telltale game in so long.
Yeah, the zombie Telltale game. Fuck.
Walking Dead?
Yeah, Walking Dead, yeah. They should have taken that route where Joel gets bit or like attacked by a zombie and then Ellie has to watch him die. Just blatantly. A blatant one-for-one ripoff. That would go well, right?
I feel like it would be a way different scenario if Joel got turned into a zombie in some way, shape, or form. Versus
Absolutely, yeah. It'd be like completely different story.
I think if it was that way, people would not be upset about the game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that, yeah, I think that the story they went with was a lot more controversial, which is why people were very like yay or nay about it.
And that's fine. People want to tell the story they want to tell, and if it's not a story you appreciate, that's fine. You don't have to continue to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Which, like, I didn't really think the ending was very good. Just because I feel like if you're gonna tell a story about getting revenge, then not seeing it through at the very end is stupid, yeah. But... And also, that's just not a very good breaking the cycle message to be like, I'm gonna find her and kill her the entire game, and then you don't do it at the end. It should have been like, the realization should have started hitting like halfway through the game, like, is this really what I want? But instead the realization happened to the very end, and it was stupid.
I would have just been mad about my fingies.
Your what? Your fingies?
She gets her fingies bitten, and she doesn't even get revenge for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Like, fuck that. Fuck being immune to zombie diseases. Losing any of your digits in an apocalypse sucks ass.
Dude, I thought you were talking about chicken tendies for a second. I was like, where did chicken tendies come from? Like, what the fuck were you eating tendies when you were playing the game? Oh my god.
Every apocalypse scenario where somebody loses a bit of their hand or their leg, it sucks. How is she gonna open cans now?
How's she gonna hold her bed anymore?
How is she gonna play guitar?
You can do the funny thing. Hold it in your mouth. Just start swinging.
What is she riding from Metal Gear?
Could you imagine? Oh my god.
But yeah. I hope I hope their next game is a banger. Isn't it the space advertisement game?
Product placement of the game.
Advertisement with just Sony and Adidas.
It's even funnier because like that is really similar to how Death Stranding's trailer looked, where you're just like, oh, this looks fucking awesome, and then you see like very clear product placement, and you're like, god damn it, Sony.
The funnier thing was, out of everyone we thought that Kojima was going to get, fucking Norman Reedus busting out a monster was not what I thought was gonna happen.
Oh man.
Gotta make sure you get all that piss in. How do you defeat ghosts? How do you defeat them? Piss, shit, and cum.
Dude.
don't even dude
that's
me.
What Death Stranding.
That's how Death Stranding operates. Don't even dude me. I'm describing it. It's their fault for making it that way, which is even funnier because I can agree with them that would probably be a viable way to vanquish ghosts.
Dude, could you imagine if like the only way to beat a ghost was by fucking jerking it?
I just imagining the snap cut for any horror movie where a ghost is in the doorway, you just see a jar of piss hitting the face.
Oh my god.
Wait, do you think the jar passes through but the piss stays in the ghost? So the jar goes through and smashes on the back wall, but the piss stays in the ghost. I'm just saying. Oh, come on. I feel like I'm getting silence here. Come on, I'm testing theories here.
No, actually I was reading a really cool post. I'm sorry. There was this post talking about Fahrenheit 451's themes and stuff. I got a little invested.
What, burning books? What you want to know about
No, because it's my favorite.
Collapse of knowledge?
It's literally my favorite book, so I'm sitting here like, fuck, dude, this is so cool.
Your
I mean, it's not cool because
favorite book is Fahrenheit 451?
Of course it is.
You kidding me? You generic English major.
Generic. Actually, it is pretty generic. I feel like Fahrenheit 451 is literally like, you get into college and the first thing they ask you is, have you read this book?
Might as well have told me you read Treasure Planet or whatever it was.
I mean, it's a really good book, though. Like, you can't deny it.
No, it is. But you know, it's really funny. One of the like top books they make you read at school. Like, it's usually that or Treasure Island or.
I also just found out that they made a movie
Sawyer.
about it.
Wait, you didn't? All right.
I didn't know there was a movie about it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Isn't there several movies about Fahrenheit 451?
Shit, there might be. I haven't watched any of them. You know, you read the book and you kind of just go, I don't need a movie.
If we look at the themes, haven't we seen several cultures over time really reflect Fahrenheit 451?
Okay, theoretically though, a movie about Fahrenheit 451 is exactly what Fahrenheit 451 warns against.
Didn't a guy just burn a bunch of books from a library because he didn't like the quality of the books?
Maybe.
Hold on, guy burns library books. You know what's even worse? Ohio, man accused of burning 100 books on Black, Jewish, and LGBTQ history. This happened on the 14th of this month.
My God.
Hey, buddy, it was in Beechwood, too. That's actually pretty close to us.
This post was pretty cool, though, because, I mean, it's not, like, it's cool as in, like, it's horrifying to think about, but, when you're looking at, like, a Google document, or not a Google document, like a Google PDF or something, they'll have like this thing that says, this appears to be a long document, save time by reading a summary. And this person was talking about how in Fahrenheit 451, the abolition of reading began with tech companies simplifying books into summaries so that you could read them in 5 minutes. And it's funny because that's literally the beginning of the book, is the
a summary.
The author / main character talking about how books were being summarized by tech companies, and eventually, because people no longer actually read books, they forgot how to think for themselves, and they didn't really do research or anything. So people would just, the firefighters, quote unquote, would go and burn books, and then they became illegal to have.
Yeah, this is why I don't like this book, is because it's shockingly close to where we are now.
It is getting very close.
It is.
That's why I was like, it's cool as in horrifying, because the closer we're getting, the more I'm looking at it with sweat on my brow.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, this is so cool, and I'm like, white knuckling the book right now. Yeah, we're getting close to it, my guy.
Also, think about it. We have people using ChatGPT to do their homework and to like literally answer questions that they have. It's like we are getting so fucking close.
It all really comes back to Spark Notes, doesn't it?
Yep.
It all started with book clubs. The moment people started getting together to summarize books together, that's when it all started going down.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time both of you gents have read?
A couple days ago.
2 days ago.
Wow, same fucking mind here.
If you're not out there reading now, you're not a fan of us. Get out there and read.
If there's anything I've learned, Captain Planet told me, reading is knowledge, and knowledge is power.
I was literally reading Vladimir Tod a couple days ago because I read it last in middle school, and reading it again now, I'm like, wow, this was really cool to middle school me, but not so much now.
Oh, some of the old books that I've gone back to, I've started reading them and I'm like, these have aged a little poorly.
I think the Pendragon series has aged pretty well, though.
The series Bree is currently reading to me is the Dresden Files.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I am reading her off to be a wizard. So we're sort of interlocking and exchanging stories as we go.
That sounds like a book you'd read. You know that?
Yeah. Well aware.
Actually, sounds more like a book Levi would
Oh
read.
no. Horrifying. It places the stipulation that the entire world is actually a computer program, and so inevitably anybody who uses the program inevitably fucks up and has to run from the government because of things that they've done. They end up going back to medieval England and pretending to be wizards. So then they just spend their days coding reality to doing fun things for themselves, and the hijinks and evil that come from that. It's pretty good. I love it. It's a good series. I think the next one I'm going to retour is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Which would probably actually have to be my favorite book. Possibly.
Very good.
As a series, it's very well interconnected, and you know how hard it is across multiple books for a series to stay congruent with information.
Yeah, eventually a series gets super long, or so long, where the author, like, struggles to remember the...
Wheel of Time,
like,
we're looking at you.
I remember, who the fuck was it? There was this one author who said that they had to, like, watch a summary. Oh, maybe it was One Piece. Was it One Piece? Where the author was like, I had to, like, reread my OG story, or, like, watch a summary to remember this part of a plot that I'd forgotten.
That doesn't sound like Oda. But at least Oda admits his mistakes by going, guys, I kind of fucked up the pacing. We're gonna release a second One Piece that's a little bit better. We're gonna release it in 2 pieces.
Okay, wait, it was Oda.
It was Oda? Oh,
it was,
no.
yeah. He said he had to reread his own work because he forgot certain plot developments and consistencies with the story, but I think it makes sense because One Piece is,
Hey,
One Piece has a lot to it.
when did One Piece come out, first chapter?
When did One Piece first chapter come out?
Yeah.
Is this like a question you're asking me specifically, or is it a question you want me to Google?
I want you to Google it. It's a horrifying answer.
I'm gonna take a guess before I Google it.
Okay. What are you guessing?
So I'm pretty sure it predates Naruto, so I'm gonna say 1998.
Uh,
1997. Fuck. I was so close. Damn.
Yeah.
I was so fucking close. Yeah, it makes sense.
It's listen.
Also,
One Piece has been going the entire time I've been alive on this earth. It needs to end soon.
Also, I don't think I could ever shit on an artist, or not an artist, but like an author. I guess they're the same thing. I could never shit on an author for like rereading their past work, because I mean, you shouldn't be expected to remember every single goddamn plot device going on in your story when it's 20 plus fucking years long.
Listen, it hit above 1,000 episodes. He deserved it. He can look back as much as he needs to.
Yeah, exactly. Could you imagine he has to rewatch the entirety of One Piece to know exactly what he's missing?
I feel like they have to be going through the I think it's called like One Cut or something. There's an actual version of One Piece that a fan has made that cuts down a bunch of like the recaps and all the other jazz that's been going on.
Mhm.
I'm just praying to God that the moment the new One Piece starts releasing, that the pacing of it is just like phenomenal. I'm still caught up with it. I'm still reading it. I'm still getting my little mind blown. Oda's getting me in the good ways. He's paid off so many things that I didn't think were going to pay off. And only more things are going to pay off in the future. The animation on the actual anime is getting insane now. Everybody is only praising it.
Oh yeah.
And most, if not all, of the major animes have mostly gone to seasonal now instead of being weekly, which is an exact flop of how the industry went from seasonal to weekly so long ago, and now they're back.
Oh yeah.
Thank God, by the way. People need time to cook on anime.
I agree.
So, what have you gents been playing this week?
Fuck, I've played a lot this week. Expedition 33, Raft, Ark, Brown Dust 2, Mabinogi, Nikkei.
I'll show you some brown dust.
Oh.
You're missing the most important one out of all of those. Minecraft.
Oh, that's right, Minecraft.
Yeah, that's right.
Also,
Punk.
what else did I play this week? Oh, Pokemon Gamma Emerald, the new fan game that came out.
How was
It's really
that?
good. It's very, very good. Probably my favorite fan game so far.
Oh man.
It puts Game Freak to shame, as usual.
Well, yeah, that's because fans can make games, but Game Freak can.
Yeah, because fans have unlimited time and creativity, whereas Game Freak has shareholders. Ugh.
No. You put that statement wrong. They have unlimited time, unlimited money, and no creativity.
No, but I mean, you're right.
And shareholders. Oh.
You're right, but the what's the word I'm looking for here? The existence of shareholders is like a complete contrast. I'm gonna start doing that from now on.
Shareholders.
I'm just gonna create a soundboard of Kazu and I doing that anytime we say shareholders.
God, what's the we gotta
should
start
make a bunch of custom sound effects, like our own laugh track.
We should.
We need to start nailing this down.
And then we have to play it whenever we're talking, so that it doesn't sound like a soundboard. It just sounds like us doing it randomly. Oh my
one
god.
was going, ooh. One was going, ah.
And then I'm gonna make one that's just, fuck, it's genius.
Fuck.
That's what we should start doing. Just start layering out each of our catchphrases we usually say. Our little things.
Eventually one of us is gonna play one, and someone else in chat is gonna go, wait, what the fuck, they're here? What? Hey, are you... Where'd they go? They were just here. And it's like, that wasn't them,
Wasn't that one of the official podcasts? Kyle had the idea that he wanted to get a soundboard together of everybody in the podcast as a joke, so he could play like Charlie, Andrew, and Jackson's voices all while he's just there alone, sitting there with a soundboard in front of him.
Oh my god, doing entire conversations with a soundboard.
I was like, that would be insane. That would be wild.
Oh my god. After podcast, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna record some stupid soundboard things and put them on Discord.
Oh god, that'd be perfect. We gotta just share a couple of
Put 'em in the
bytes together
server.
and fucking
Oh my god.
Truthfully, and then we should probably just actually create some emotes and stuff to spread around.
Yeah, true.
Do we have any custom emotes for the server?
Not custom ones, no.
Define custom. Oh, like our own.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did we add any?
I don't think we
have any
do.
emotes in Night Shift?
Oh, in Night Shift? In Night Shift we definitely do. We have... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, we have the ones of me from Nuffy. And I think we have the... we have the fucking... The ones that Kazu made of me when I had that beanie on with the water bottle in it.
Oh yeah. I love the cringe emote. That's pretty solid. The cold one's pretty good. Loving these.
Oh, we have the suffer emote that Kazu made a while back, but I think that was based on something, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we're just the same face, but tilted slightly.
Oh, is Oh, man.
I love the babe one. The fucking Poindexter one. God, fucking that stupid pocket protector joke from earlier on about women going after nerdy guys, and I see that stupid ass baby emote now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's still just this face but tilted to the side.
Oh.
Oh, genius.
Fuck, it's genius.
Honestly, I've been playing way too much Minecraft. All of my other games have actually gotten back burners. And
yeah, I might have to drop Minecraft so I can finish Death Stranding.
It's fucking. I've been too much mine and my craft.
Also, I gotta finish this season of Fortnite since it ends in like a week or something.
Ooh. Gonna have to bust in there. Speaking of Fortnite,
I gotta get in there.
I know everybody has to get in there. James Earl Jones is out there being a real one, giving us the real words to say.
His bot is so broken. You can just ask him like where the closest enemy is, and he'll tell you exactly where they're at. You can ask him to tell you where the like final circle of the match will be, and he'll tell you exactly where it's at.
You can ask him to rank the races. He'll tell you which one's the best.
He'll tell you Rocket Racing's in dead mode.
All the good things. Go to Darth Vader to answer all your questions.
Ooh, apparently Marvel Rivals removed a bunch of team-ups. Jesus Christ, Mouth, can you, like, work for 2 minutes? Holy shit.
Honestly, that's probably for the best. I think the only flaw that game had was team-ups.
Yeah, no one fucking used them, and then the teams that did would just fucking win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did think that was, like... I knew that was going to be an issue eventually. Yeah, it was cool, but I knew it was going to be an issue eventually because you can't just force people to play like every fucking character in your roster just for the team-ups.
Yeah.
They could if they had a roll queue.
True.
But for some reason, people are against a roll queue.
It's not needed.
It's definitely needed. It got so bad that the only few support players went on strike on that game.
Well, that was because of a different thing. They went on strike because there was a esports player in the scene that was shit-talking support players, saying they don't do anything. So they went on strike to tell him to go fuck himself. And then I think he literally played support a couple months later, got his fucking ass handed to him, and made an apology video.
Truthfully, what I'm waiting for, because you and me both have something coming out this wonderful summer, is I'm waiting for that wonderful Lies of P DLC.
They have a DLC coming out?
Oh yeah.
They've had one coming out.
I haven't
My
played
brother,
it, so...
we've talked about it at least twice.
I haven't played Lies of P, so I'm like...
You have to play Lies of P. It's such a good Souls experience. It's better Bloodborne.
No.
It's better Bloodborne.
I'm over here shaking my tummy and you can't see it. My non-existent tummy.
I think the fact that we haven't gotten anything from Bloodborne means I get to say that it's a better Bloodborne.
It's a one game, brother.
I just think it's
realistically
a little bit better than Bloodborne.
Realistically, isn't it?
Mechanically, definitely not.
Realistically, isn't it a better publisher, not a better game?
Yeah, it'd be a better publisher if anything. That game has so much jank and relies heavily on only parrying.
I don't parry at all. I'm always attacking and dodging.
That doesn't defeat the point still. You could do the same thing in Sekiro.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I personally enjoyed my experience. I don't feel any jank.
I don't think it's better than Bloodborne, but it's a good experience.
I think overall it has... I think it's better than Bloodborne only because it's a newer game with newer features in it.
Oh, so it's like more modern.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
It's a better Bloodborne in the way that it builds upon Bloodborne's things and then makes it better.
I would say yes if the combat was better at all, but it's not.
I've got no dog in this fight because I haven't played it.
Hey, go play it, then get back to us.
I come back, I'm just like, guys, you're both wrong. I think Call of Duty's better.
And then we shoot him in
from the
rafters. Yeah, the two of you literally collectively go spend money on a single gun to kill me with.
Go back to hell, demon boy.
And then the next thing you know, you two are getting married, and you're like, you know what? Maybe our differences aren't so great. Both games are good. You both kiss.
I also don't even know why people compare Liza P to Bloodborne when the only thing they have going for them is like the aesthetics, and that's it.
I think it's a quicker combat, really.
I think it's just a mixture of they have very similar combat mechanics, and they also have very similar themes.
I would say yes, but Liza P is just Pinocchio, but horror.
Is it not a cosmic horror?
Not really,
I
no.
know.
Oh.
The cosmic is just like kind of in the background.
It's cosmic horror in the same sense of how the fuck is Pinocchio alive?
It's like you remember in the beginning of Dark Souls when everybody was just an asshole, but they didn't really say things were from space, and then later on they're like, yeah, actually things were from space. Or at least some things were from space. That's kind of how like Pinocchio plays it. Like maybe a thing or two from space, but not everything's from space.
I see.
Remember when Elden Ring was like, yeah, everybody is an asshole, and then they're like, yeah, but some of the shit that was an asshole was from space.
You know, in the perspective of like a random animal, like say an elephant, humans are cosmic horror.
Pretty much.
Like imagine being like a normal ass fucking animal, you know, like, and then you see this thing that's literally carrying a goddamn gun, something that you've like in fucking trillions of years of the universe existing would have never been made if humans didn't exist.
Theoretically, say we create things the same way that D&D does, God-wise and otherwise. Say if you have enough mental power, that thing just in the universe forms in some way. Does that mean Cthulhu exists now?
What?
Theoretically, in our universe, if thought power worked the same way as in other universes, would Cthulhu exist just because enough people have like either watched anything Lovecraftian or read anything Lovecraftian?
I think he would be very weak if he did. He would be extremely weak. It would be like a little octopus you find on the beach. Because like I don't know, because I don't think enough people, like, I don't think anybody, like, actually believes Cthulhu exists. Maybe, like, a small handful of people. But those people are, like, they probably need professional help.
It's the same way people think the flying spaghetti monster's real.
Yeah, it's like, it's definitely like a meme more than anything, if they believe in it.
Hear me out. Say it back in the day, people believed in it. Do you think the power goes away because less people believe in it? Or does the power maintain because people believed it in the first place?
I mean, we're both watching Hero X right now.
Back in the day, they'd be executed.
It's so true. Actually, they'd get called witches and then be put to a stake.
You're 100% correct.
Also, Zach, we're both watching it to be Hero X right now. I think that the power would just go away.
Yeah.
It would have that scene of the dude where he's like fucking walking out the door and his hair's going from white to brown.
Dude,
but Cthulhu would like slowly get smaller until he's a little octopus.
Actually, do you think it would be funnier because recently I feel like people have treated Cthulhu not as the cosmic horror he is, but people have been treating him more as a misunderstood, like, ooh squid giant? Do you think the behavior of something gets changed by the public perception?
I'm gonna keep using To Be Hero X as an example because it's funny. I think that it like I don't think
he turns into a more cute version of Cthulhu.
No, it would be
an
the thing.
Uwu version of Cthulhu.
It would be the thing where like he's like internally he's still him, but he can't do any actions that would go against his image. So internally he would be like, I don't want to be cute. What the fuck is happening? And then he's just doing like the caramel dancing without his own will.
That's horrifying.
Now those are the cosmic horrors we need to be talking about. Oh my god.
Damn. I'm excited for the new DLC. They're bringing a couple of other things, including other difficulty options, boss rushes, and a couple of other cool weapons and arms. So
yeah,
I'll be
they're going
excited.
Final Fantasy VIII. They're adding gun blades.
I know, it's all gun blades. I was like, oh.
Damn, son.
They're adding a bow, too. They're giving me a bow.
In Final Fantasy XI, you can now switch your race to another race.
Bitch, nobody cares about 11.
In the big 2025, you can finally race change in Final Fantasy XI.
I remember Square Enix saying they were going to shut down 11, then too many fans were like, do not shut this game down. Like, okay, we will.
Mm-hmm. Also,
them
even better.
Looking at them legitimately, how much does it actually cost to run the servers, and them going, actually not that much, fine.
Did you guys see that the new Final Fantasy XIV mobile is going to have more dye channels for clothing than the actual Final Fantasy XIV? So you have more customization in the fucking mobile game.
Just like Destiny on mobile, it's got more content than actual Destiny.
God damn it, dude.
As much as people don't want to admit it, mobile gaming is becoming the norm.
It's funny though, because I play a lot of mobile games, and honestly, it's fine. Like, it's fine because like a lot of the mobile games I've played have been pretty enjoyable. The ones that I think are like just genuinely being like a net negative to gaming are like those stupid games that you see ads for on like TikTok, where it's like clearly fake and they pump you full of ads. Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, run through the +1, get one extra guy.
My
and then
god,
you run to the
yes.
-6.
Those are the exact games I'm talking about. And then in those ads, they purposely play it wrong. They will purposely go through like the neg 5.
A content creator advertising it, and they're reacting to gameplay they are not playing.
Wow, guys, this game is so innovative. Oh my god, I need to walk through the +5 right now. Aw, shit, I accidentally walked through the neg 10. Well, okay, I guess I lost. Oh well, this game's awesome, guys. You should download it. I'm totally not getting a commission for this.
Content creators, my ass.
Oh shit. My friends Syrup and Yuto released a new song. Very nice. It's called Lovesick. Go check it out. Shameless
Finally,
plug.
Lovesick in the big 25.
Don't do that. No. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you see what's been rated in Australia like 2 days ago?
Oh no, what
Garfield
happened?
Kart 2.
No fucking way. Guys,
It's
we're
coming
back. Guys, we are so back.
Called Garfield Kart 2, all you can drift.
You know what
and every comment on it is, Mario Kart World is cooked.
I'm saying it right now. If they can will this into existence, or if I can will this into existence, this will be the greatest meme to come out in the modern day. Pepsi, if you're hearing me, I need Pepsi Man back. It doesn't have to be like over the top. It was a simple game to begin with.
Fuck, I need Burger King Racing back. Please.
Like, if
I
they...
need Sneak King back now.
God, what was it? There's a game for Steam that is like all those mobile games that you always see in those ads, but it's actually those games, and you get to complete them, actually. Hold on. Did you guys see that there was a giant Steam data leak, and then it turned out to be nothing?
Yeah.
Let me guess, it was just a data leak for, like, how much companies make or something off their games.
It was like for a bunch of like old security codes that expired after like 15 minutes and stuff, and somebody was just trying to sell them for like $5,000.
That's even funnier, and also, actually, that is like the only kind of cybercrime I think is, like, good. Is when you take shit that literally does nothing to anybody, and you sell it to shitty-ass people trying to make a buck off of people suffering. So then they're out money, and then you make money off of scamming them. Off of scamming the bad guys. I love that shit, that's awesome.
God, I'm trying to figure out...
Did you hear how BioShock might be getting news before the end of summer?
No way.
Apparently 2K has a whole announcement planned before end of summer. Most likely referencing the original BioShock. Because on the Nvidia leak from years ago, there was a BioShock remaster on there, or remake or whatever. That's still not out yet.
Oh my god.
And on top of that, BioShock 4 shit leaked last year, so...
That's... Oh my god, there's 2 of them? Alright. No, not BioShock, shut up. No, I found out the game.
Fuck your thing then, asshole. Spit at you, bitch.
Okay, you're gonna actually enjoy this. So the name of the actual game is, yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them. And the exact things for it is just every single, like, just old as fucking, or just every single mobile ad you've ever seen. For those fake games just shoved into an actual game.
That's so funny, actually. And the fact that there's 2 of them.
I know! I didn't even know there was a second one. Me finding out there was a second one today was even more wild. I was like, holy fuck.
You wanna know what's even funnier? Their publisher's the same publisher as the one for Earth Defense Force.
That's so fucking funny. The same guys who like to test a RAM for fun are just like, let's make the mobile games. They're really having fun over at that studio. They saw the need, and they saw a hole that could be filled. I can't blame them. There's only a couple more things to talk about. Oh, we should talk about, for the Darth Vader thing from earlier, we should talk about how SAG-AFTRA is very, very much angry about Darth Vader being changed in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I think they're more angry at the fact that Epic did that while there were strikes going on, which I think is understandable.
It's not while strikes were going on.
Yeah, there were strikes going on.
That's not
I
why
mean,
they're angry.
not in Epic, I guess, but...
That's not why they're angry.
What are they angry about then, big man?
I think they're angry because
You think? You think? Give me an article.
Why do I have to give you an article?
Because you can't say you think. You can't say you think they're angry. I'm saying that they are angry at that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm coming out here with telling you what they're actually playing and what their actual motives are, and you want to listen to stupid articles that people lie in all the time?
What? What? You telling me you think this is why they're angry is not any better than an article that has cross-references with actual sources.
Listen,
Did you just take a hit?
No.
Is that what I saw?
No. I hocked a loogie in a cup.
Oh. Dude.
Yeah.
Wow,
I don't
what a hit, dude.
We're gonna ignore that.
Wow, you engaged with this, and now you're like, all right, well,
listen,
never mind.
I regretfully asked what you were doing. That was my fault. Oh my god. But anyway, as you were saying, I'm done riffing with you. Go ahead.
Anytime that a character is set to be betrayed in a certain way, they have a contract with SAG-AFTRA. So currently, Darth Vader was set to be played by the one Chad Vader guy consistently. And so the problem became that they got permission from Darth Vader's estate, James Earl Jones' estate and everything, because there's a weird loophole with the fact that because he's passed away, he's not technically a part of SAG anymore. So they didn't actually have to submit the changes to change Darth Vader's voice or anything through SAG. So they're agitated that they just didn't also get their cut. Because Epic did a loop around by the fact that James is dead.
Yeah. Which I think is like, it's so easy to submit that paperwork. I don't know why they were like, hey guys, by the way, we're gonna do this. And just give them a notice.
But you and me had a different conversation off of this, in which I said, well, I don't know how actual good intentioned SAG is in the background.
Yeah.
And you said, that's idiotic. Why would you say that? All unions are good and great and good bastions of goodness for everybody.
That is not what I said.
That's exactly what he said to me, everybody.
That is not what I said.
Exact words. He
Levi
was like,
can confirm.
I've never seen a bad union before. That was his exact thing. Unions have never been broken up before. Those were his.
He is literally trying to pull a demon out of me right now, a demon that doesn't exist. But I will admit I did say I said I'm trying to remember the whole conversation. I do remember saying that unions are like a net good, and then Levi said, well, not all unions. There are some unions that are actively bad, and I was like,
yeah,
no, like 1000%, there are bad unions, but that's like, that's not the fault of like common everyday workers. That's the fault of the people that lead those unions, and those people need to be taken out.
Fundamentally, we should all already know about the entire envelope over Hollywood and the fact that literally a good portion of everybody in Hollywood isn't paid the right amount, and that's something that we can talk about. We can also talk about how overpaid a bunch of other people are in Hollywood, but that's a different thing. Yeah.
I do think that the SAG-AFTRA thing makes sense, though, because Epic not meeting with them and telling them about it first is it kind of puts on like bad airs, because for example, okay, well, if SAG-AFTRA just didn't enforce them, or didn't enforce this when they did it with Darth Vader, then that means Epic can get away with more stuff. So they have to like put the nail in the coffin at every chance they get, even if it sounds shitty.
Here's my problem, is everybody is willing to bitch, but nobody is willing to say, you know what? They got away with it. We should change this now. Everybody's like, just stop that. Take it away from them. Just we need fees and funds and shit. Sue them. Nobody's just like, hey, you know, that was actually a loophole.
I don't even know if it was a loophole per se, because I mean they're still getting in trouble for it.
I don't think they have a leg to stand on in the lawsuit, though.
Well, I mean, hold on. Do they have like a thing of the contract? Because if the contract clearly says like they need to bring it to their attention. then I don't think there's room for a loophole unless the contract specifically says, like, except for dead people or something. Or just, like, omits something that would allow them to do it, like, for example, if they needed to get consent from the individual themselves.
Let's
but
see.
the dude's
SAG-AFTRA
dead.
Stated in a news release, however, we must protect our right to bargain terms and conditions around uses of voices that replace the work of our members, including those who previously did the work of matching Darth Vader's iconic rhythm and tone in video games. Their main complaint is that currently somebody else is slated to just portray Darth Vader, and they instead went around to do this.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I think they're kind of just putting their foot down to be like, we can't let this go through because it would allow more stuff to go through and make us look like we're not doing our jobs. I think it makes sense.
SAG's labor complaint, which can be read online here, doesn't focus on the AI features, technical problems, or on permission from the Jones estate, which explicitly authorized the use of the synthesized version of the voice for the character in Fortnite, the late actor, blah blah blah. Instead, the union's grievance centers on labor rights and collective bargaining. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
that's just it.
I feel the same way. I feel the same as I did.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a bad thing, just seems kind of like a, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like they're upholding something that they need to uphold, even if it sounds like they're being assholes to Epic.
That's fair. What else do we have? We already talked about that.
I have a question for the both of you, actually. Very important.
No.
Very, very important. This is going to decide the fate of our lives right now.
I don't believe you.
Do you guys think mint chocolate chip tastes like toothpaste?
No.
Okay. How about you, Zach? How many loogies you got fucking sitting in there, brother? Oh, he actually hit this time. I'm never going to know. He has a track.
You'll never know.
Why is everything to your left? Why don't you separate your shit between your left and your right so I know what you're doing? What's over there?
Fuck. I can pull down the I can pull down the curtain. We can find things. We can do whatever. I can start doing mystery.
He's got infinite fucking doohickeys to the left and right of him, dude.
I got things above, I got things around. You'll never know what's coming next.
He's gonna take one of those potato launchers out from the left of him.
I got a little Kirby right next to me.
I can't see it.
I know it's green, so it's even worse. So the green screen is trying to like cut it out at the same time.
That's not the thing. That's not the oh my god. The funnier thing is that in your hand it was pixelated, so it genuinely looked like you were holding a booger.
Let's see, what else
What's your answer, Zach? Do you think mint chocolate chip tastes like toothpaste?
I just don't actually like minty things, so I usually don't.
Okay, but that doesn't answer my question.
It's been so long, I do not actually have a good answer for you. I couldn't even like think of it.
It's a yes or no question, Zach.
The last time, you know, it honestly, it tasted like vanilla ice cream with a hint of mint and some chocolate chips in it.
Alright, you're safe for now. You're safe from my wrath. You see, Kazu over here is based as fuck. You, however, I'm gonna have to keep my eye on you.
Maybe it was like a really low quality batch and they were just like didn't really do much with it. Maybe it was just actually vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips and it just didn't even have mint in it. Who knows?
You see, I can hear you say you don't like mint chocolate chip and be fine with it, but you know, you took a little too long to say it didn't taste like toothpaste, so Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to HR about this.
Wow.
He looks so worried for a second.
I can't believe it. HR? I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, you know what HR stands for, right? High rank.
Oh my god, we're playing Monster Hunter.
They're about to flop you around like a pancake.
Yup. Speaking of which, they actually are doing a Street Fighter 6 collab right now, where you get the 15th weapon for Monster Hunter, which is just using your bare fucking fists.
Oh, yeah.
But people
they made something cool.
Right?
Like the Street Fighter collab.
But people are upset because you do have to either buy the... You don't have to buy the weapon, I'm pretty sure, but you have to buy the Chun-Li outfit as part of the collab pack. I can't remember if they did that with the last Street Fighter collab in World as well. I feel like they might have added cosmetics, but I don't know if it was like a pack or something. So, I can't remember.
Whereas I know all the event skins were free in World.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, so I think that's why people are upset.
The ones you had to pay for was for like the Handler and Poogie.
Yeah. So I think that's why people were upset with this one, is you have to pay for a collab pack to get additional cosmetics when in previous titles they were free. Which I agree with, like... I think that's like probably $5 or $10.
Consequence of consumerism.
Right. But I agree, you shouldn't have to pay for that
Street Fighter stuff costs on Overwatch?
Oh no, probably like $40.
Oh, I wish it was 40.
Oh my god.
$100.
Yeah, you're underselling it, buddy.
It's 100 schmackaroonies.
$100 fucking
you said 40, I was just like, that's optimistic.
I think people would be fine if it was 40 like every other bundle.
Heck, if it was 40, yeah, oh, that'd be great, but no.
Even if it was 42, I'd be like, well, I'm not buying it, but cool, I guess I'll go spend that $40 on a Expedition 33, I guess. But, like, yeah, $100 for is it just one skin?
I think it's like 8 skins or something.
8 skin, okay, so 8 skin, okay, so you're doing like maybe almost $15 per skin? But if you can't buy them individually for like 15, that's so fucking stupid. Oh my god.
You can buy them individually.
Okay, okay.
There's 8 skins. Oh, there's 2 bundles? Oh my god. If you want everything with them, it's 9,900 Overwatch coins or $100.
Mm.
And if you want to buy skins individually, they each cost 2,800.
So that's $28? Question mark?
I think that's like $30 or something per skin.
Oh yeah, they probably don't let you buy in like... They probably don't let you buy 28. They probably let you buy like 30. Damn. That fucking sucks.
It's even worse. You can't even buy like just a straight $30 one. You have to buy a $25 one, then a $5 one, and then like a $1 one.
Oh my fucking god. I hate when they do that. That should be illegal. 1000%.
Oh, for real.
Like, I know China outlawed that practice, but we need to, like, expeditiously. That shit pisses me off. I hate going on something, it's like...
eventually. Give us a couple of 100 more decades, okay?
I know, right? I hate going on something.
We just now realized the penny is useless.
That's so true.
Oh yeah, they canceled the penny, that's right. Holy shit.
Did you know it costs 4 pennies to make 1 penny?
Oh man.
Why is the country failing? It's obvious.
With the penny canceled now, though, that means that pricings for things are going to be a little better for people to, like you, instead of going, like...
down or up to the closest, like, 5-cent denominator.
Yeah, which is good, because that means you won't have to fucking fondle yourself for change trying to pay fucking $2 or 2-cent difference.
When in doubt, fondle it out.
Also, I don't know if we talked about this last time. I think we did, but I know for sure we talked about it off podcast. But Blue Protocol is coming back 2025. I think it's going to be in a couple months.
Ugh.
Because a new company owns it.
Ugh.
It's Shanghai Bakura Network Technology A+.
Ugh.
Or the publisher's A+.
What kind of fucking background company name is that?
I know, right? They're a Chinese company, owned by A+. But so it's out in China right now, and because it's out in China right now, we know what the changes are going to be for the actual launch. They removed the pay-to-win aspect from the gacha, and they solely made the gacha for fashion items. And now all of the, like, pay-to-win gear you would get from the gacha, you can just get by playing for free. Which turns it into, like, you know, not a shitty MMO anymore. Now it's like an actual good MMO, where the only thing you're spending money on is fashion.
There's no good MMOs. The only good
Don't you play Minecraft?
Dead MMO.
Buddy over here calling all of his fishing games bad.
Hey, I said MMO. I didn't say MMORPG.
God damn it.
Words matter.
No, but it is an MMORPG because you can fish in it. Yeah, that's right.
I'll set the server join limit to 5.
Fucking goofball.
And that way, it's not an MMO.
Oh. Do we got anything
it only
else?
won this time because it's 10. The Witcher series is coming out with a new book. If anybody wants to catch up on that before the game comes out, the next game.
Wow.
And the only other thing that is related to us is that Spotify is receiving backlash for people for them displaying podcast play counts.
Why are they receiving backlash for that? Are people upset that their podcasts only get 5 fucking views?
Yes. So the way that they solved this was that anything under 50,000 views just doesn't display how many views they have.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the solution. You are 100% correct. 100%. 100%. So every creator out there, create with your chest. God damn it.
Oh my god. Like, dude, we've been doing this since, like, what, 2020 or something? I don't think we give a fuck how many people watch our podcasts. If they watch them, great. We hope you're having fun.
Great.
We sure are.
We hope that we're actually delivering you up-to-date gaming news. In some way, shape, or form. Up-to-date just media news in general. That was the general tone that we had at the beginning of this.
I just hope they're laughing. That's all I care about. I don't even care if we give them good gaming news. As a matter of fact, I hope you guys see this and you fact check everything we say. And our entire podcast from, like, now all the way back to 2020 have just been factually incorrect with everything we've said.
That'd be so funny, actually.
I hope the grungy garbage and childhood muck you've seen in between the things we talk about has been entertaining.
Oh, man.
Our goddamn, like, tile grout.
Matter of fact, it would make my day if we were actively misinforming you.
If we were telling you that things were better and we were lying to your face, that would actually probably be better for you.
A wise man once told me, always betray your fans' expectations.
Do you think that's why...
By misinforming you, I'm doing my job.
Do you think that's why all Minecraft YouTubers end up being pedophiles?
They never expected.
Exactly. Betray your fans' expectations by being a horrible human being.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get behind there's the similarities between betraying somebody by actively misinforming them and then actively trying to be a pedophile. I don't think there's an in-between there. I don't think that
how do you
bridge
actively
is the same.
try to be a pedophile? You either are one or you aren't. There is no try.
Imagine someone who's trying to be one and they fail. Like every single person they talk to is actually just like in their fucking 70s.
They go to meet up with some underage person, like, yeah, you want to get in my car? Like, no. Like, well, I tried, and they leave.
This implies
no, even
there's a state
worse.
in which there's inactive pedophiles.
Even worse, they're even worse. They're talking with someone on like Snapchat or Kik or something, and they end up meeting, and it's like a 75-year-old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's Jim Hansen, and that's To Catch a Predator. We're describing To Catch a Predator now.
Jim Hansen.
Wait, hold on. What was his name in To Catch a Predator?
Chris Hansen?
Chris Hansen, there we go. Sorry. I've been watching too many reality shows with Brie recently. We've been watching Kitchen Nightmares, and I've had to deal with Gordon Ramsay.
Chris Handsome.
Chris Handsome.
Chris
Handsome. I would love a person who's catching pedophiles is named Chris Handsome.
No, his name needs to
be Handsome Squidward.
His name needs to be Chris Handsome, and he leads a dating show. Or a show where he like catches people who are cheating on their significant other.
No. It's like it's got to be way different. I feel like that guy has to be the next like Mike Rowe. He's leading like dirty jobs. Just a dude who's way too beautiful, just in the worst scenarios you're seeing him in.
I kind of miss the reality TV shows that were like morally good. Like To Catch a Predator, and also like
Dirty Jobs was
Wipeout.
definitely another one.
Dirty Jobs was pretty cool.
Wipeout was a solid one. Wipeout was teaching motherfuckers they gotta learn that the balls aren't as easy as you think.
And then we had
handle all the balls.
We had like the rip off of it. It was like American Ninja or something.
My god, yeah. Wasn't there another one like The Rock made or something?
So hold on.
God.
I need to tell you two about one that me and Brie watched. That was really funny. It was on Hulu, and I'm pretty sure we could watch it at some point. But it was called Holy Moly.
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
And you would recognize the main guy from it as an announcer. But fucking I think I just
Oh my god.
I gave
Kronk.
Yeah, it's fucking Kronk. It's the smallest image possible, but yeah, it's fucking Kronk. And it's so fucking funny. The entire premise of it is it's like Wipeout, but it's mini golf. And so the people had to mini golf, and then they gotta go through these crazy ass obstacle courses, and I'm like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for.
That
this
is what I've been so cool. Again. That is so genuinely, that is such a good idea. Is making people play sports while they have to like dodge obstacles and shit. That is so cool.
Right?
That should like why don't we invest in that? Why do we have the NBA and the NFL? Like why don't we have that?
They're afraid of good entertainment.
I need football or soccer for the Americans out there, and it's just foosball, and there's just like 6 guys hung from rods, and the rest of the players are running in between them, and they just get swung around as they're trying to violently kick the ball, and the other team is just trying to move them around.
I like to imagine that like the audience is staring up above them with like it's just a glass floor above them where they can watch this happen, and they look like that meme from the dude in that one movie where he's like looking around in the snow or whatever.
No. Worse chaos. Give the audience control of the rod. See how wild we could get here.
Yeah, it's like a fucking joystick that pops down from the roof. Someone gets it for a couple minutes, and then it goes back up and goes to another person.
I want 5 people in the audience that have to operate this giant looking handle, and they gotta move it forward and backwards and try to swing the
trying to get them to fucking push a log to row a boat. What is going on?
No, it's foosball. I want like regular soccer players playing in between, and then there's other players like hanging down from the the rod, and they get to be swung around as the ball's coming in between.
That sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Someone's gonna get injured.
I just like the thought of like 6 of the players just hanging there, and the other 6 actually get to free roam.
Oh my god. You damn menace, dude.
We should watch an episode of Holy Moly after this. If that other guy isn't gonna fucking are you going to watch anime after this, huh, punk?
It'll be in about an hour.
Oh,
Got him.
Ah,
Because I changed the time.
I can't believe you. Anyways, that's all I got.
That's all you got.
That's all I got.
You suck. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Only thing I can contribute is that a lot of people are saying don't expect a Sony State of Play or anything until September.
I think that's fine.
I mean, wild considering that we usually get something before the Summer Game Fest.
I'd honestly rather them like postpone their State of Plays for when they've got like heavy hitters, so that they can do their heavy hitters and then mix like cool indie stuff in between.
I still think they had a lot of heavy hitters. It's definitely a lot of like actually what people want games.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised they don't just do a separate one for like their indie games or something.
That was definitely the weirder part, is we had a lot of really cool indie games, but they were sprinkled up amongst a lot of heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I feel like the indie games get overshadowed by the heavy hitters when they're in the same show.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
They could just be smarter overall with some of their marketing ploys. And that's okay.
Every company can, but we'll see what happens.
True. Yeah, let's see how Sony claws their way back from the 13 other losses that they've had this year.
Intelligence is a spectrum.
Even though they're under like so many losses, they're still at an all-time like profitability right now.
Oh yeah, the only downside is that Sony is taking so many L's frequently right now. Not the fact that they're making money, which is great. I'm happy for Sony. I only wish them continued success. They're the only company that has felt bad and doesn't want to come out and say that they're charging $80 for games yet.
Oh my god, I was talking... Maybe it was you guys that we had this conversation, but I think it was Ethan and Jacob. We were talking about it, and I think Ethan said, dude, there's like a single thing that they could do to win the console war. Is literally keep the PS5 the same price, but say that they're gonna keep their games at $60 or $70.
Yeah.
And I was like, no,
that's
like
all they had to do and they'd win.
Yeah, I was like, no, absolutely. If they said they're keeping their games at $70, people would be buying PlayStations overnight.
Wait, you wanna know how they could actually win a surefire victory? They say online is free again.
Oh, that dude, I can't say the word I want to on Twitch, so I would cream.
I feel like I'd go back to console gaming for a while.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, dude, that would be awesome.
I feel that's the only reason a good portion of the crowd now is navigating towards PC gaming, is because of the free aspect.
Yeah, because
so
I mean,
anybody in the actual console space would double down on it again.
Those stupid pieces of shit only did the subscription thing for quote-unquote security purposes, because they were presumably taking the money and investing in the security of their online services. And then now we know, oh hey, by the way, they're still experiencing the same amount of breakthroughs that they were before, so obviously that was a fucking lie.
Sony gets a security breach every 4 or 5 years. It's just clockwork. It's just what we expect. It just happens.
Yep.
And at least Sony compared to like
I wasn't
gonna.
We're not gonna.
Significant difference. I think Xbox gets like what, 200 to 300 a year.
Yep. I think that's because their like their ownership company dips into way more like privacy stuff than Sony does. So it's a lot harder for them to keep up with, like, as much, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, it's harder for them to keep up with security when you have way more people trying to breach your shit.
I think they gathered up too many studios, so it's kind of like the net's too far. They can't see everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the net's stretched too thin compared to Sony. But on the flip side, they should just
started cutting some shit.
Yeah, but on the flip side, Microsoft should just hire more security contractors to fucking keep their shit under control.
I feel like the same way Ubisoft thought they would never stop growing, Xbox thought they would never stop growing.
True. And now Xbox is at like an all-time low.
Honestly, out of everything, Xbox should just stop selling Xbox consoles at this point. Because I feel like...
I don't think they should get rid of the consoles, but I think they should heavily reconsider how they do games.
Yeah, I feel like if they repurposed the Xbox into just being like a portable PC and then sold it as a portable PC, it would do a lot better. Because, like, Steam...
Well, for you, they're already doing that.
Yeah, they are. They're
Thank
attaching
God.
little monitors to it. They're doing all the cool shit with it.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, they already have the online store on PC, so they would only benefit by just selling, like, portable PCs. Like...
And to be fair, since it seems like it's going to be going back the opposite way, in which Steam is going to be going on PlayStation and Xbox, it feels like there's probably going to be tighter integration back the other way as well.
Yeah, and I mean, if you just look at what Steam's doing, I mean, Steam's been doing the whole, like, hey, we are making portable PCs anyway because our entire market is on PC. They're doing really well. And if Xbox is losing the console war, the obvious choice is just, oh, well, let's just change our market parameters.
I wonder if Steam is going to cut them a better deal if they're going to get more involved with them now.
I could see it.
For both companies, since obviously there's going to probably be more in-depth trading.
Mm-hmm.
What, Steam and Microsoft?
Yeah. Or in Steam and Sony.
I think Steam and Sony has more of a beneficial factor there, considering Gabe Newell hates Microsoft with a passion.
True. I'm not saying it's going to be like a as tight of an integration, but I'm saying it'd be nice if like more of the things you could operate or get through each of the marketplaces start combining a little bit more solidly.
I think Gabe will only do it if Microsoft makes future Xbox consoles move to Linux instead of Windows.
True.
Because Gabe wants the gaming norm to be Linux over everything else.
Which I think is better
Correct.
for gamers.
It is better.
Yeah.
It's just impossible for 90% of the population. Because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is definitely a lot of work, because me trying to like play games on my Steam Deck that I want to play, like Mabinogi and Nikkei and a bunch of other games, it's like they're only made for fucking Windows, so I'm like, god damn it, dude.
It's far less work than it used to be, but it's still a tedious.
It's still a long way.
Yeah. Like, if you give most people the choice...
I think it's probably need at least another 5+ years in the oven.
Yeah, like, if you give most people the choice between, like, oh, spend 2 hours trying to get this one game to work, or spend 5 minutes downloading it and then you play it, they're gonna choose the latter. They're gonna choose the option to get to it faster.
Yeah. Like, if I want to use Linux right now, I wouldn't even be able to play Fortnite because it does not work on Linux.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to play Mabinogi.
So how is it still anti-cheat that fucks up on Linux?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because like every anti-cheat now is kernel level.
Which also is like dumb as fuck that like anti-cheats will just flat out not work on Linux. It's so stupid.
Yeah. Definitely a major flaw of Linux right now.
Yeah.
Especially considering like 90% of multiplayer games in the modern era need anti-cheat.
Yep. What else we got? We got anything else? We popping?
No, that's
Brand new whip just
I
hopped in?
think so.
What you're saying is we don't have options. Got him. So we're done?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep.
Oh, sick.